What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Big Blue Wrecking Crew. I got a very special guest on the channel today. My boy, David, over there from Giants Alliance. He was nice enough to come on the channel and talk a little bit of Giants football with all of us. So I don't know if you want to say hello to the crew, David.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot for having me. This is really exciting because I checked out your channel when you reached out to me, and you put out some great content. So I want to thank you for having me on the channel, and I'm really looking forward to this conversation.
Oh, for sure, man. It's nice talking to another fellow Giants YouTuber. So the main topic for today's video, we are going to be talking about the most underrated Giants players of the present. All right, so those players we think are going to be great Giants. So David, would you like to start off, man, or you want me to kick things off for us? It's totally up to you, man.
Yeah, I could start out. One player that surprisingly has never made a Pro Bowl, but is very solid on the offense is Kevin Zeigler. And he's played 8 seasons. He actually started off with the Cincinnati Bengals, and then he went to the Browns, and then he came over in the trade for Olivier Vernon. But I was really surprised when I found out he did not make a Pro Bowl. He's our best offensive lineman. I think Andrew Thomas could eventually become our best offensive lineman. But Zeigler, even though we had a very bad year last year, he was very good at right guard, and he's considered the best pass blocking guard in the NFL. He's also a good run blocker. So I was really surprised when I found out he never made a Pro Bowl. I think this year, with better offensive line coaching and with a better team around him, he can be even better. So I expect him to be in the Pro Bowl conversation this year. I was really surprised. I think he's very underrated, considering he's never made a Pro Bowl. He's never been voted into that game. So what about you? Who do you consider like an underrated Giant at this point?
Dude, all right, so my first player, it's got to be Ryan Connolly, bro. So we saw what he did early last season. He only played in, I think, 2 or 3 games, and in those games, he got interceptions, a lot of tackles. It's unfortunate that he had that injury, but I think he's gonna be great for us for the future as long as he can stay healthy, man. He was making those plays. I think he could possibly be our best linebacker since Antonio Pierce. Because when I think great Giants linebackers, I think Antonio Pierce, and we really haven't had anybody on that level since he left. So Ryan Connolly, definitely one of my favorite Giants players as far as for the future, excited to watch. So I'm really looking forward to the things he could do.
I love that pick, man. I actually did a video just on Ryan Connolly, and he was by far our best linebacker last year, and he actually got injured in the 4th game. And when he went out, our defense never recovered from that. And one thing that a lot of people don't know about him is they don't think of him as being super athletic, but his 10-yard split and his quickness was in the 99th percentile. So when he gets from point A to point B, he'll make a decision and he'll just dive into the backfield and make a play. So I'm excited. I hope he can recover from that ACL injury because, like you said, he was so good last year in the few games that he actually played. And him next to Blake Martinez, I feel like it could be a good combo. So I love that pick. He's very underrated, in my opinion, too.
Yep. Yeah, he's a beast, dude. He's going to be the man for us, I think. Moving on, man. You got another player you like to talk about?
Yeah, on the defensive side, because I think most people would agree that the best part of our defense is the defensive line. And we have Leonard Williams, who came over in that trade last year, Dalvin Tomlinson. He actually graded out as the best player on our defense, Tomlinson did last year, and he's very solid. But in my opinion, Dexter Lawrence is a little bit under the radar, and I actually think he's the best out of all those guys on the defensive line. So in that way, I think he is underrated. I just think a lot of people consider him just a run-stuffing big nose tackle, but he's a lot more than that, in my opinion. He could actually get after the quarterback. He's very quick. There was a play against Dallas last year where Dak Prescott was sliding out of the pocket, and Lawrence was able to run him down. So a lot of people would consider Prescott much more athletic than Lawrence, but I expect Lawrence to have a lot more sacks this year. I think he's going to have a bigger impact against the pass because last year he was so good against the run, and he has those long arms too. Remember JPP back in the day when you just bat passes down like crazy?
Oh man,
I think he can do this kind of thing in the middle, So I'm excited about Lawrence. He's my favorite player on the defense.
Yeah, Dexter Lawrence, man. Like you said, a lot of people see him as this big boy guy, like kind of slow. But I mean, he had so many QB hurries last season. I think, like I said, he could definitely have more sacks this next season. He kind of reminds me of Damon Harrison a little bit, this real big boy, run stuffer. But yeah, definitely has the capability to get to the quarterback for sure. So yeah, I'm really excited for D-Law, man. I loved our draft pick last year. We took him at 17. Yeah, I think it's a great pick, man. We need a pass rush. And kind of sticking with that a little bit, so I want to talk about Leonard Williams, another one of those guys for me who's kind of underrated. So, yeah, if we take a look at last season, he comes to our team from the Jets. He only had half a sack. But, I mean, dude, if you look at his highlights from last season, you'll notice so many times like how close he got to the quarterback. All those almost big sacks that he had, and he's got a lot to play for this season, dude. So we put him on the franchise tag. So a big opportunity for him to kind of like make a statement, let us know that he wants to be here. So definitely a player to kind of look out for. Hopefully he does well. I do want him to stay on the team because I do like him as a player. So hopefully he goes out there, he balls out, has a great season. And he gets that fat paycheck. We'll see what happens. Well, hopefully not too fat, but hopefully he goes out there and earns it.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be motivated to get that long-term contract that he was like kind of expecting to get this offseason. But one stat that sticks out to me about Williams was he's actually second in the entire NFL on getting interior pressures. Aaron Donald was first, and I think he had by far the most because Aaron Donald is just a beast and he's a special player. But Williams was actually second in pressures from the interior defensive line. And he just has to finish this year. Like, there were so many times when he came so close and he would get hits on the quarterback, but he wouldn't get the sack. So I think if we have better players around him, then the quarterbacks will be like forced to step up in the pocket, and that'll translate to more sacks, I think, this year. So I do like that pick a lot. I think Leonard Williams and Lawrence next to each other can be like an awesome combo against the run, but also against the pass,
Kind of like out there in the backfield with McKitty and Peppers, dude. I think they're going to be a great little combo together. So hopefully we see some good play from the defense. God only knows we need it this season. So actually, I had one more player I would like to talk about. Did you have another two, or you want to?
Yeah, on the defense, I think Bradbury, it was our big like free agent acquisition, but I think he's been a little bit underrated too, because last year he had a really good year, but he did not make the Pro Bowl. And it's kind of surprising because he would match up with the best receivers in the NFC South, like Michael Thomas, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, even DeAndre Hopkins he went up against last year. And he did a really solid job against all those guys, but he was on a really bad Carolina defense. So I think he didn't get the kind of credit that he deserves. But yeah, I think he's a big upgrade actually over Janoris Jenkins. He's going to be our new number one corner, and he's the kind of guy that always matches up with the other team's best receiver, and he follows that receiver wherever he goes. So it's kind of nice to have a number one corner like that. And I'm expecting him to have a big year as well. I think our defense is not as good as our offense at this point, but I think it's going to be a lot better than last year. Because if you remember last year, we lost so many games because of our defense. Like, I thought our offense was actually good enough to win, a decent amount of games last year, but our defense was just so bad. So, I'm hoping our defense can, see a little bit of an improvement this year, and I'm expecting that. So
our offense, we put up a lot of points last season, but like you said, our defense just couldn't make those stops in the fourth quarter. I like your pick with James Bradbury, dude. Yeah, he's going to be locked down, I think, heading into the season. I like him a lot more than Jenkins. He's a much younger player, and I think he's gonna be pretty elite for us. So to end the video, I don't know if this is really an underrated player, but he's a player that really hasn't had like a full opportunity, and it's Evan Engram. So Evan Engram, dude, as we know, super fast tight end, probably one of the fastest tight ends in the league. When he's healthy, when he's out there playing, dude, he's such a difference maker on the field. Yeah. Just the big question is, can he stay healthy? Can he play all 16 games? If he does, I think he has the capability to do for 800-900 receiving yards, maybe 6-7 touchdowns. We bring in Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett loves his tight ends. We saw what he did with his tight ends in Dallas, dude. He loves to utilize his tight ends. I think Evan Ingram's going to have a lot of opportunities this season with Jason Garrett calling the shots. So I got high expectations, dude, for Evan Ingram this season.
Yeah, I really like that pick a lot. A lot of people dismiss Ingram, and they kind of look at him almost as a lost cause because of his injuries. Like, he missed 8 games last year, and he's had injuries, throughout his career. But his first season, when Ben McAdoo was coach, and that was the season when Eli got benched for that one game, Ingram was our best receiver on the team. Like, he led the team. He was the number 1 option, and he had a really good year. I think he only missed 1 game that year. So he is capable of playing a full season or almost a full season. And like you said, like, Jason Garrett loves throwing to his tight end. Like, Jason Witten was like a huge weapon for Dallas over the years. So I think with a better offensive line too, he's going to actually have more time to get downfield on like longer passes, like vertically down the seam. So yeah, I love that Ingram pick. I'm excited to see what he can do in a full season with Daniel Jones, because I think he's our most dangerous receiver. Even though he's not a receiver, he's a tight end, but he's like the most dangerous pass catcher on the team, For
sure, man. All right, guys, so we're actually going to make a video on David's channel, so I'll be sure to kind of link that in my description whenever we get done with it. Dude, thanks for coming on the channel. It was a lot of fun. Looking forward to this next video we're going to do on your channel. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. This is a lot of fun.